So, all right, so where do we go from here? Well, the next thing you can do is you can break it out by time periods, and there you see some interesting things. This is the same picture I had, except for it's broken out in 4 10-year periods. The first 10-year period was the 1970s roughly. Most of the growth in inequality, where this curve slopes up, is in the bottom half. Okay? The period that had the greatest growth in inequality was the 1980s. Was the biggest widening of inequality was during the 1980s. And there you see basically throughout. Top end was widening, bottom end was widening. The 90s were kind of an interesting decade because you had this kind of what some people call the twist, where in fact the bottom did better than the middle. The middle sort of did the worst in the 90s. That was when the middle sort of fell a little bit behind. Interestingly, the last decade, the one where everybody's talking about growth and inequality, actually is the least. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon. Now, that's partly because of these are cumulative, right? They add together. So the last one is kind of like adding on to all the things that have already happened. So it's bigger news when it kind of widens on top of what's already there. So it's a little interesting. All right, so that's the picture. So that's kind of what's been going on. And again, I think as an economist, I kind of interpret, if I look at the whole period, this is the whole period. Again, this is the percentile. This is the growth. What it means? Well, what do I think? Falling relative prices here, rising prices up here. What is it telling you? Growth and demand must be exceeding supply for these people, pushing up their wages. Growth and supply must be outpacing demand, pushing down their wages. So I'm going to think about this using the basic tools we know in economics, supply and demand, to try to explain what's going on. Okay, before I get there though, I know you're all asking me this question, what about the 1%? Okay, so there's the premium for the 1%. Remember my premium, I'll go back, my premium for college graduates, just to put things in perspective. The premium for a college graduate was 0.4, okay? And it went from 0.4 down to 0.22 and then up to almost 0.7 something, okay? All right, so that's the premium for a college graduate.